we're going to be throwing these things at them.
Okay. All the patients that are due for the medical update, do we just leave it alone at this time? Because it'll take, they'll have to use the pen, they'll have to use the holder, the board and everything. Will we just find out if they're healthy now and we just proceed them to the chair, correct? No medical updates, right?
No, I think we talked about having them update. In the reception room, we're going to have 3 chairs that are going to be used by the patients. They'll be equally distanced from each other. So if we have multiple paperwork to be filled out, they will go into the reception room and fill it out.
And then also, I can attach it to an email to them.
Exactly.
Confirmation email.
And we can put it up on our website for them to fill out in advance.
Right.
The more we do in advance, the better we're going to get.
Okay. All right.
Medical updates on the website.
Also, we're not going to be doing paper charts on Dentistry. You can update your medical history.
Can't hear.
Use our mouse, put it in, and boom, it's done.
Yeah, you could do that too, where we type in verbal medical update and the date and do your signature.
It's all in Dentistry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can write in verbal and the date.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, you just do a verbal.
Yeah, we used to do that at my old office where.
Well, it's not verbal. It's that they tell you, and then there's a place in Dentistry for medical updates, which is very, 100% legal. I mean, that's what Dentistry.
Right. We're saying that you would do that within Dentrix, but then when you're typing your note in the clinical part, you could type in you did a verbal medical update with the patient on this day, and then have your e-signature at the bottom.
Make a drop down.
Right.
Right. Are we dealing with the charts like we used to, guys, or we're not dealing with the charts?
No, it's just not sanitary to do that because the charts are in the room, the aerosols go up in the air, and they drop down on the surfaces. The chart's going to be a surface.
Okay.
It's in the best interest of everybody that we don't touch the charts anymore.
Okay, so how do we, all the clinical personnel will be entering the procedures. So the only thing the front desk will have to do is to look at it and send it to the insurance, or how is that going to be working?
So there's a spot within Dentrix where you type in your clinical notes. So clinical staff is going to have to be responsible for typing in their own clinical notes. So unfortunately, this might have you stay extra at the end of the day because you might not be able to do the clinical notes after every patient. And you want to leave a little list for yourself on who you have to do clinical notes on. But there's drop downs to make it as easy as possible, as seamless as possible for everybody. But the clinical staff is going to have to type in their notes in the clinical chart. And then from there, Victoria, we can extract those notes. And if we need to print them, we can print them to send to the insurance.
Quite a few patients that were canceled during this time, inside their charts have already made routers. They already have it there. Would that be smart or not smart to take them out and just bring it with them to the room while it's for the hygienist or the assistant just to mark what was done? Yes, no?
Me personally, I think we should just print new routers and only pull the charts if we absolutely need to, because you want to minimize as much contact with infected surfaces as possible, because at the end of the day, we weren't disinfecting the charts. You understand?
Yeah.
And if you have to pull a chart, I would suggest that you put gloves on and you wash your hands before you put the gloves on. Hold the chart, do whatever you have to do with the chart, clean the surface that the chart was on, file it back deglove and then wash your hands again.
Okay, we'll go over it again later.
Yeah. And hopefully we're gonna have everybody come back like what, a week before we reopen, go over everything and make everybody accustomed to the new changes.
We're thinking about perhaps the Friday before the 11th, so that would be
The 8th.
8.
Mhm.
yeah, right on the 8th, because that's our target date, the 8th. But if it's sooner, we're going to let you know. But it'll have to be on that Friday, the 8th. So you're going to have to let me know if there's a conflict in your daily life. But you better put that on your calendar and try to really hard to tell your families that this is an important time in your career and also in our practice. We have to learn how to get through the streamline of things here. We have a line item of order, the line item of things we have to get used to, and there's going to be a learning curve with everything you do. Hopefully it's not a very steep learning curve. I'm sure it won't be. I've already been typing in patient notes. It's not that difficult. Like I said, I'm a 2-finger typer. I think everybody's typed some here. If you type on your phone, I think you can type on a computer. It's just like texting. The only thing is, you can't be sometimes way too detailed. You can only be so, time is of the essence. You can't be here to midnight typing either. So we're going to cover upcoming meetings now that this is all good, because I'm making some notes about setting up things for hygiene. I think that's the lifeblood of the practice, and it's important that we keep things going smoothly in hygiene. So now that we're still on the hygiene idea, and prepared the room for. The room now is prepped with the ultrasonics scaler. It works to perfection. Also, disposable prophy angles with the appropriate adjusted speed for that, so you can polish teeth. There's also, I removed the microscope out of the room, so there's a lot more room for you to work. So it's the only thing it needs now is just organization of supplies in the drawers. That's it. Everything else, the main cabinet in the first hygiene room will be shared. So, if you're going to enter a room, you need to make sure that you have your gloves and your mask and your face shield on. And we haven't really covered radio yet, or how we're going to approach that, because it is an item that you would be touching. If it's going to be perhaps under your uniform, and then you could touch your uniform, but again, if as soon as you touch your uniform, you're going to have that whatever on your uniform. The question is too is, I have it on line item 6 to talk about the personal protective equipment. So let's go to the website. We're going to talk a little bit about the website. We are going to have a button on the website for the COVID-19. And like Liz said, we're going to upload the this information sheet. That's a very personal sheet. It's an I care about you patient sheet. Direct our patients to the site. You'll have to know, the website address. We'll give you that. That's where they're going to learn more and more about the updates. We will be having also a video. I'm going to be working on a video that will walk patients through our office and how they would get their teeth clean. What are they going to do? How about the stops at the front desk? What do I have to do after that? So it's a tell, show, and do for patients, and we're going to be uploading that very soon. And any other videos that we need to talk about, especially about our own protection equipment and also the in the office. I had an emergency yesterday, and she was complimenting me already about how well the office smelled so well. We have the purifiers going now. We have an ionizer that'll go 5,000 feet. That means it goes through the walls of our office and the door. So it's killing viruses without you even seeing it, and spores, and bacteria, and dust. The amount of dust that's dropping is tremendous. You go along the surfaces now, you can actually feel like there's more dust being dropped because that's the machine working so well. So we're doing everything we can to keep ourselves safe and our patients safe, and we're still working on it. But we should have an up to date next time. I'll talk a little bit about the loan, and then I want to touch base on these personal protective equipment. The loan situation right now is pretty stable out there. It's not going anywhere. I'm hoping to be in on a CUE, a CUE, if you will. I've certainly been in touch with a number of lenders. My main lender still hasn't communicated back. They did acknowledge that I was in the queue. But right now, the government is out of money for that, so they're no longer funding it. All that money, that $325 billion, is gone. So I'm hoping to get that. I'm hoping to hear in a couple of days that I'm in it. It's not going to stop me. I'm still going to open my doors, whether I get it or not. We're still moving on. I was able to successfully get a line of credit. So it would be nice to be able to pay salaries as we move forward, and to have the government support that. If anything, we want to get people off of unemployment and get them working again. And it calls for everybody coming back, not just 4 out of the 5 or 3 out of the 5. We have to get 5 out of the 5 in order to get this to be a grant. So that's how I applied for it, and it will be utilized ASAP, immediately, as soon as it's in my hand. I have 8 weeks to spend it. 75% of it has to go toward your salaries, and 25% of it has to go toward utilities and my rent, and healthcare, as well as for those who have healthcare, and 401ks. That's it. So we're in a holding pattern. Hopefully it's a bright day, and I'll let everybody know. That'll be a nice celebration, right? Thank you, President, for that. But I know they're printing money, but we got to do what we have to do. We got to get this economy turned around, and we will. All right, face masks, shields, gowns, bonnets, gloves, sanitizers, and more. Well, face masks. Let's go to face shields. Now, I have a face shield that I'll show you, and they finally came in, ordered it from Amazon, and I was able to get them. They're exact identical to what we've been using. Thank you. If you need to, I'm just going to put this on. I know I have glasses underneath, but this is basically, let me take these off. So this is the face shield. Okay, so it does cover my chin. Now, from your chin down, you might want to put a scarf on, something to protect your neck, or pull up your scarf so that it goes this far. And that's not this, but the disposable gowns that we'll be buying that are long sleeve, and that would have to come up to your neck. So if you want to bring a scarf, as they progress with these face shields and the cost comes down, then we'll move in that direction. We'll have longer ones, hopefully, that come down here, maybe protect you. The aerosols are still going to get up underneath. So the more you cover closer to your face, the better. And the ultimate thing is the N95, which hopefully we'll have on opening day, if not sooner. And that's what's going to protect, your nasal passages, your oral cavity. I mean, here you can literally just wash this off later, or have a protected garment. You can take that, put it in the wash. The main thing is your face and your nose, all right? And your eyes, certainly. So these work out pretty well. They detach, wipe them down. I've got 3 per hygienist, and 3 per assistant, and 3 per doctor. And we'll order them as necessary. Go ahead. Question?
Will that go over my glasses?
Yes.
Or no?
It's made
Yes.
to go with the glasses. It's got a little clip. And you
Oh, so I could put that on my glasses?
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
So your
got it.
glasses, my glasses,
Got it.
glasses, anybody's glasses. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
The way you're going to take these on and off, there's going to be a protocol that you'll have to follow, and you'll have to, we might have reminders to make you remember that there's a way to take things, put things on and take things off. So there's technical terms for that. I think they call it dunning and doffing. Yeah, dunning and doffing. All right. So that's The gowns are disposable. We have these bonnets now, so you have to get used to wearing a bonnet. And that goes on like this, covers your hair. And at least got it in here, you don't have it in your scalp or your hair. One more barrier, but it's where we're heading right now. You'll see it on television. A lot of them are wearing these. And there's going to be probably various degrees of resistance for the hair itself. So I just these from Shine, but as these things get upgraded, we'll be in line. Anything for shoes, although they do sell stuff for shoes that cover your shoes, I would insist you bring a set of clothes with you to change into and another pair of shoes so that everything goes in that bag, and then you alternate that bag every day. So you take it home, put it in your wash, clean it, spray your shoes down, etc. That's where we are today. It's going to be just airborne stuff. We don't know if that person's infected or not in the chair or a carrier, etc. Gloves, sanitizers. Hopefully we'll get a lot more sanitizers in the office. And make things.
Sanitizers are so hard to come by right now.
Yeah. Questions? Well, we covered a lot. I'm glad you hung in there. Those of you who were going to leave, I'm glad you stayed with us. And Heather, shout out to Heather because she'll get the recording of this. And hopefully we'll be all together. Hopefully May 8th, if not sooner. And just to let you know, we're working hard on our end here. Every day there's something new that we handle. We listen intently to our governor, and we're just going to make it a great day. Comeback's going to be a celebration. And we'll send these notes to you, so you're not, you'll have a little checklist. And if anything, you can easily email us or text us back if you got any ideas. I hope everybody heard us today. I hope you were able to listen. If not, we'll get these notes together. And we're running out of time, so I'm going to wish everybody a great day. And
Thank you. Thank you for doing
Talk to you next week.
We'll talk next week. Till next week.
Stay
Thank
healthy.
you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.